My phone is full. I want to get these 1 million photos off and onto an external hard drive. This video has 3 parts to it. Yes, I will tell you how to do it correctly and so that it works. I will also tell you why it is almost always a terrible idea, and I will tell you what I recommend doing instead. So I'll tell you first how to do it, how to get the photos from your phone to an external hard drive. The first thing is you need to make sure that iCloud Photos is off on your phone. Most recent phones these days, you have iCloud Photos turned on automatically behind the scenes without people even knowing that that's happening. So the way you check that, on the older phones, you go to Settings, and then you tap your name at the top, and then you go into iCloud, and then you go into the Photos section here. You want that to be off if you're going to be doing a wire download onto the external. On the newer phone software, you go into Settings, and then tap your name at the top, and then tap on iCloud, and then tap on Photos. And same thing here, you want this one to be off. So if you have iCloud Photos turned off and you want to download a copy from your phone, and you want to actually save the photos into just regular files and folders on your external hard drive, the first move is to connect the cable straight from your phone into your Mac. And really, I would recommend Apple cables, but as long as the cable fits, so if it's Lightning on one end and USB, the older USB, that's great. If it's the newer style USB-C to Lightning, great. If it's the newest, USB-C to USB-C, as long as you can just plug the wire straight from your phone into your Mac, you're good. Open the image capture app, and this actually comes with every Mac, and I love this app. You go into the Finder and you go to Applications and then look for image capture, and just double click this to open the program. And when you first open this under Devices, you're going to have your phone here. Usually it says please unlock your phone or something like that. So just follow the prompt, it'll want you to look at your phone and type the 4-digit or the 6-digit code on your phone before you see the list of photos. And then, click your phone on the left and do the unlock stuff, and then choose a folder or make a new folder on the external and download all. So I have my little external hard drive plugged in here. Where it says down here, import to, you click that little menu and you go down to other, down in the bottom here. And then on the left, under locations, click on the external hard drive and then make a new folder, call it, photo export, and then the date, December 2024 or whatever. Create, and then you go choose that folder. So now whatever photos that you download out of image capture, they'll go straight into this folder on the external hard drive. And you could do one at a time where you click one and then hit download. You can hold the command key down on the keyboard and select multiple and then go download, or you can just go download all, and you're just going to get a bunch of individual video files, JPEGs, HEIC files, all the different formats will just start showing up in here. That can take a long time if it's an older phone or if there's a lot of photos, so give it some time to do that. So now let's say you want them in a photos library on the external hard drive. Again, connect that same cable I just talked about straight from the phone into the Mac. You want to open the Photos app while holding down the Option key and choose Create New. So if you open the Photos app, I'm holding the Option key and I click on the Photos app here. So that opens up this Choose Library screen, and then you go Create New to create a new Photos library. And where do you want it? You put it on the external hard drive, like that. And then Photos library, you can give it a name. It could be, December 2024 manual download, something like that to make it clear what you're doing, and then say OK. So now what you get is this empty Photos library that doesn't have any photos in it. And if you look on the external hard drive, it's sitting here now on the external drive. And now in the Photos app on the left, you're going to see your phone, your device here, and you can just go import all new items right into this Photos library, and this Photos library lives on the external. So same thing here, that can take a long time to do, especially if you've got a lot of photos, but it's a one-time download into a single Photos library that lives on the external hard drive. And lastly, when you check and see if you have iCloud Photos turned on, if you do have iCloud Photos turned on, just pump the brakes and jump to the later section of this same video where I talk about what I recommend doing instead, or watch the whole video. I think it'll make sense because iCloud iCloud will make things hard for you to get the photos off the phone. So technical steps are needed in that scenario. Why is it almost always a bad idea? It doesn't usually solve the problem that people think it's going to solve. Often clients will come to me and they'll say their phone is full or their phone is slow or something like that, and they think it's the photos, but when we look at it, it's not actually the photos that are the culprit. The second reason is if you're planning on deleting these photos from your phone, once you get them downloaded onto the little external hard drive, you've got them from your phone onto the external hard drive. Now this is a single point of failure. Now you need a whole second hard drive, a backup of this one in case you lose it or it dies or crashes or something like that. So you end up needing to manage 2 external hard drives instead of just one if you're trying to keep the photos safe on an external hard drive. Reason number 3 is assuming that you keep taking photos with your phone, and assuming that you're staying with the iPhone. 2, 3, 4 years go by, you want to download more photos onto the external hard drive. You need to remember the exact process that you followed and put them in the same place, and then you also need to remember to make that whole second copy onto a second hard drive as well, which most people wouldn't remember that, wouldn't know how to do that. Future you is likely to forget these technical hassles. Reason number 4, maybe the most compelling reason, is 10 years from now, you'll be looking for a photo guy like me to help you to get all of these different batches of photos on external hard drives rounded back up into one library. You won't know which ones are duplicates, which ones are not duplicates. So I try to save you from that future pain and have a heart-to-heart with you now. So here's what I recommend doing instead. If you're trying to get the photos off your phone because of a storage problem, you're out of storage, I would first check and make sure that it is actually photos. Photos is the culprit. The way you check that is you go into your phone settings and then go to general and then go into iPhone storage and then give it 20 or 30 seconds to tally and calculate here, and just see what Photos is using for storage compared to the rest of the storage on your phone. Often when I get in here with clients, Photos is like 500 megs. It's not even a gigabyte. And podcasts has been automatically downloading for 5 years or something like that. And so podcasts is gigantic. And so we delete some podcasts, suddenly the photos are all working again. So check and see that it actually solves the problem that you are trying to solve. The second thing I recommend is really rationalize or come to terms with paying for iCloud storage. One rationalization technique is, if you're probably paying for Netflix and Disney Plus, it's a similar amount to paying for the 2 terabytes of iCloud storage, and I would make a case that your photos are more precious, more important than those TV channels. So yes, having a lot of subscriptions sucks, but iCloud and photo syncing and photo backup that way is valuable. It's important. The third thing I would recommend is really kind of zoom out. The best setup that I think is possible to get is that your photos are all syncing with iCloud, and so they're the same on all your devices, and you're paying for the right amount of iCloud storage. And your Mac has a big enough hard drive to hold all of the photos. And the photos are set to download originals onto the Mac so that the actual files, the actual photos themselves are living on your Mac in the Photos app, in the Photos library. And then they're backing up automatically via Time Machine to a little external hard drive. So you have your own backup of the actual photos and images, but also they sync with iCloud, so you get the benefit of photos are the same on all your devices. You can delete photos and then they delete from everywhere. You can mark a heart for a favorite and it syncs that to all your devices. So I love that setup, and it's very, it's bulletproof. You're not losing photos if you do it that way. Beyond that, if you're trying to get photos off your phone for a reason other than what I've talked about in this video, just book a consult with me or someone from my team. We would love to help. You can tell us what you're trying to do and why. We'll be able to explain pros and cons that you might not have thought of, and for sure get you where you want to go in the best possible way. If you found this helpful and you want some private Mac coaching with me or someone from my team, just head to macinhome.com/booking. We work with people all over the world. We'll help you with whatever is on your Mac problems list, and you will never feel judged or shamed for whatever mess you are in. Drive, terrible idea, please don't do it, etc.